Hello you wonderful people. I wanted to showcase some of the possibilities Dwarf Fortress has and had in the past when it comes to modding, since I feel that some people may be a bit underwhelmed by the current state of the moddability of the game. With the release of Premium, a lot of longtime players, including myself, lost the ability to use a lot of useful tools and mods that we grew accustomed to during our playthroughs. These were in some way the same tools that made it even possible for me to learn Dwarf Fortress to begin with. There were a lot of awesome mods and tools people made for Dwarf Fortress, but there are three in particular I want to cover. Starting with the most useful tool to me at least, Dwarf Therapist. This software-based therapist could read the mind of all your dwarf, tell them what to do, and most importantly, show you who could be a warrior beast. Joking aside, Dwarf Therapist had a lot of useful tools built in. To begin with, it gave you a nice big overview of the dwarves in your fortress, together with a long list of all the skills in the game. These then could be ordered in a lot of useful ways like Migrant Wave and Idleness. It was an enhanced version of what you got in game, but it wasn't just a spreadsheet simulator either, since this was also the way most people assigned jobs to their dwarves, since the built-in way was kinda hard to love. You could also get a very in-depth look of your dwarves, like you would now get in the character sheet, but with the actual numbers next to it, so you could place it better, instead of the descriptions you get in the premium version. With the new labor system in the premium version, there won't be such an urgent need for something like Dwarf Therapist anymore. At least not for the average player, that is. Next is DF-Hack, which is a very powerful external tool you could use to do almost anything with. From spotting in items to cleaning up the mess your dwarves made to save you some FPS, it had it all. It was even modular, so other people could add tools to it if they wanted. To really cover DF-Hack, I would need multiple videos, so let's just say it does what it says in the box. Hack Dwarf Fortress. The last I want to cover is where it for a lot of people started, the Lazy Noob Pack. This majestic package was a one-stop shop for everything you needed to play Dwarf Fortress. It included the game, some tile sets, all the necessary tools you would need to get started, and it all came in this adorable little launcher. Playing without the launcher was doable and for sure nothing too complicated, apart from the tile sets that is. But the pack also included an easy way to change the settings of the game, since this was done by changing a text file. It made Dwarf Fortress easier to get into and has probably been a great tool to bring the game to more people. Sadly, it won't have any real use anymore, with the newer version having a better UI, in-game settings menu and a functional workshop for mods. These of course don't cover all the great mods and tools out there, like the Masterwork mod, the Star Wars conversion mod and so much more. This is also the reason why I can't wait for these to be released for the newer version. And this is where we hit a small fence. The current state of modding has changed a bit. Not only did the game's structure change, but so did the way mods can be shared. Before the premium release we had the Dwarf Fortress file depot, which was just a big list of mods available. Installing them was your own responsibility. Now I expect it to go mainly through the Steam workshop, but this is currently limited to only cosmetic changes or adding simple things like new sieves and creatures. Changing big things isn't available the way mod uploads are running now, but I expect this to change in the future. DF-Hack and Dwarf Therapist are currently being updated, but these will take time. And what I've read on the forums, this could take a couple of months before being really released. This of course doesn't mean we can be spoiled with the great stuff people are already posting on the Steam workshop. As the last part in this video, I want to cover some great mods already available. To begin with one I really like to use, which is the Interface Tweaks mod. This adds many small tweaks to the UI, like visible hotkeys to most actions that have hotkeys, replaces the Disband Squad button with a trash can, so you can stop disbanding squads on accident, and many more. There are also multiple different versions of the mod available for people with different keyboard layouts. Next up we have the See-Through Smoothing Designations mod. And I have to be honest, I'm sad that this actually has to be a mod, instead of them just realizing you are unable to see anything when you want to smooth a big room. But I'm glad Trainzag took care of it for us with this mod. For people wanting a bit more feedback from the game, Audible Alerts is a great mod to get. This will make most alerts trigger a sound. This is really helpful if you miss a lot of important events. For some visual delights, we can add the mods Creature Graphics Extended, Rounded Hills and Cuter Cave Moss to make everything look a bit more sharper. For those looking for a new and useful workshop, I will recommend the Armory, which will make it possible to craft sets of armor and encrust them with various gems. This allows you to quickly craft new sets of armor instead of adding in multiple work orders or manually assigning new tasks for creating a new set. As last mod I want to cover a well-known modder that has returned from his slumber, Dion. He created the awesome total conversion mod Genesis on the older versions, which adds a lot of new stuff, so definitely check that out if you're looking for bigger mods. I will make a mod spotlight video somewhere in the future where I will cover some mods more in depth, as this video was more to ensure people that modding is not limited to just graphics and more workshops, and that we need a bit more patience to see the real big stuff come. Thanks for watching and see you next time.